Hot 94.1, the Rhythm of the Valley. It's Romeo. Okay, so what did you send me here? Hey, Romeo. Okay, Rome, I'm 32, 5 years older than my girlfriend. So you're 32, she's 27, right? We had a baby. He's 3 months old now. We knew each other 3 months. She got pregnant. She moved in with me. Just left me a couple of weeks ago. Moved back to LA with her mother. She said we can do a long distance, but I could not agree, especially with a woman who feels comfortable posting pictures on Instagram, but says she feels uncomfortable to send them to me, the supposed boyfriend, baby daddy. Now, Rome, I'm not on social media like that. Anyways, now it really breaks my heart. I love her, but she left me. She wasn't ready to commit, but for society, I will always look like a bad man. I wanted the family I was providing. I worked 10 hours a day and still came home and spent time with my son so she could rest. I even made dinner. How am I a bad guy for living a bachelor's life? For living a bachelor's life, you left me. What do you mean? I'm not really sure what you're telling me here. How are you living a bachelor's life? You just said that she left you. You said that she left you. You were providing. I worked 10 hours a day and still came home and spent time with my son so she could rest. I even made dinner. How am I a bad guy? I'm not really sure how you figure you're a bad person. Because I think you're a little confused here about a lot of what you're saying. It sounds like you're upset. I get it, bro. I mean, you think you love this girl. You had a baby with him or with her. And society will always look like you won't. But how do you look bad? That's my question. From everything you just sent me, society's going to make you the bad guy? No. She left you. I think you're a little confused. Is she telling you something that I'm not aware of that's making you feel like you're a bad guy? But I got to be honest with you, bruh. I mean, you knew 3 months old now. You knew each other 3 months when she got pregnant. Okay? So I don't know how you fall in love in 3 months, but you had a baby. You tried to step up and do the right thing. Sounds to me like she tried to step up, but she wasn't ready to commit. That's what you said. So I'm a little confused at what's going on here. I think you're embarrassed because you got left. I don't know how you could love her after 3 months. You might love the child and have to take care of the child, but it sounds to me like you should just be, moving on as a single dad. Take care of your kid. Forget about the girl. Or, to be honest with you, maybe she will come back to you if you're so in love with her. Poor guy. It sounds to me like you're just confused right now, bro. You need to relax. You need to just, have a cup of coffee, have a cold one, and just understand the situation. You got with this girl too soon. There was no commitment there. You had a kid, which all you guys are going to do now is step up and take care of the kid. Maybe you get back together, maybe you don't. But you don't look like a bad person. I don't know why you think that. RD4254-7-7. It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the Rhythm of the Valley. It's Romeo. Guy just sent me this text message talking about he's 32 years old. His girl, I guess, was 5 years younger, is 27. They had a baby. He's 3 months old. I guess he was saying how they knew each other 3 months when she got pregnant. Now she moved. I guess she just left him a couple weeks ago, moved back to LA with her mother. She said, we can do a long distance thing, but I couldn't agree, especially since he's uncomfortable with some of the stuff she posts on social media, pictures of herself. That's probably a red flag, only because women use social media now when they're single to, put themselves out there to advertise what they look like now. So you might want to worry about that just a smidge. But I mean, the problem is it's only been 3 months. You knew each other 3 months before you got pregnant. Now, for some reason, he thinks he's a bad guy. Now he's upset. He says he loves her. He was ready. She wasn't ready to commit. But for some reason, I guess they were living together. He was working, taking care of everything. And for some reason, he thinks he's gonna look bad. I don't know why he would think that. You're not gonna look bad. You didn't do anything but the right thing from what I'm reading here, unless there's something you're not telling me. Did she ask you to move to LA? Or, I mean, the bottom line is she got pregnant too soon and it didn't work out. I mean, that's life, bro. So you may think you love her, but I don't know. RD4254777. Hey, Rome. Who the heck has a kid with somebody they've only known for 3 months? That's wild. Sounds like he's a dummy. Or something happened. I mean, accidents happen. Could be a happy accident. Things happen. Just you never heard of anybody getting pregnant after knowing each other for a couple of months because they weren't, paying attention to what they're doing. I think the kid's the irrelevant part. It sounds like he can take care of his kid. I just think he's hurt. His feelings are hurt, and for some reason, he's making himself look like a bad guy. And I don't know who's doing that. RD4254777. It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. All right, I want to read this to you. A guy just texted me. It sounds like he's up in his feelings right now, but you tell me. Hey, Romeo, I'm 32, 5 years older than my girlfriend. We had a baby. He is 3 months old now. We knew each other 3 months. She got pregnant. She moved in with me, just left me a couple of weeks ago, moved back to LA with her mom. She said, we can do a long distance thing, but I couldn't agree, especially with a woman who feels comfortable posting pictures on Instagram, but says she feels uncomfortable to send them to me, the supposed boyfriend, baby daddy. Yeah, she's out. I mean, it sounds like she's out, right? Anyways, let's see. It breaks my heart. I love her, but she left me. She wasn't ready to commit. But for society, I'm always going to look like a bad man, which I don't understand that part, where you get that from. I wanted the family. I was providing. I worked 10 hours a day, still came home, spent time with my son so she could rest, even made dinner, all that stuff. How am I a bad guy? Well, who's telling you you're a bad guy? That's what I don't understand. Where are you getting that from? Hey, you got in a relationship. It happened too fast. She's out, and you got to deal with the baby now, which is, it's not a bad thing. There's nothing wrong with this scenario. Unless you didn't tell me the whole story, there's nothing wrong with this scenario at all. You guys are just going to, live separate lives and have a baby together. There's nothing wrong with that. It happens all the time. RD4254777. Hey, Romeo. I kind of feel bad for the guy. It sounds like he's just sad right now because he just got dumped. Yeah. I mean, that's all it really sounds like to me too, is you're in your feelings right now because your relationship didn't work out the way you wanted it to, but it was kind of doomed to fail from the get-go based on how quickly it seems like you've done everything, and she wasn't ready for that. Okay? I just don't understand why you think that makes you a bad person. That's what I don't understand. How does society say you're a bad man because of how your relationship played out? I don't get that. Anyway. All right, 842-547-7. It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. So a guy just texted, right? He was talking about he knew this woman for 3 months. She got her pregnant. Now he's a young guy. I think he was 32. She's 27. So she moved in with him, and apparently it wasn't working out for her, so she moved back to LA with her mom. And apparently, one of the things she's doing is she said they can do a long-distance relationship, but I guess she posts her pictures on IG, things on Instagram that she wouldn't send to him, so he's a little upset about it. I don't know if he's in his feelings because he's in love, but I guess he's worried about what people are going to think about him as a father, right? Which I don't think, like, he's going to be a deadbeat because she left, which it's not on him because she left, which I want to get to that in a minute. But first, RD4254777. Hey, Rome, what's her IG account? I don't know. Rome, how could he let this happen? I'm betting she just wanted a toy, but when he knocked her up, It was a blessing. Now she gets a paycheck and don't need him anymore. Good luck with this one. Yeah, I mean, maybe that's what it is. I don't know. He didn't tell me anything about I guess he cares. I guess he's in love. I'm guessing she probably put it on him. Maybe she got pregnant on purpose. That's what somebody just texted me. 842-547-7 Rome. Maybe she got pregnant on purpose so that she could get that child support. She knew she was never going to stay with him. He was just a sucker. Maybe. Maybe that's it. I don't know. 842-547-7. Maybe he did get played. That's a good question. Already 842-547-7. I do want to say this, though, about the deadbeat dad thing, because it did come up. He's concerned about how people perceive him because he may be perceived as a not a good father because his child and the baby mama live in LA, tried to make it work. She left him. So he's going to be perceived, right? The way people are going to look at him. It makes me think back to the other day when, remember when Paulina brought up the deadbeat dad things, the deadbeat dad situation? She made a comment that more men are deadbeat dads because of the way the baby mama perceives or puts, how do I say it? There are more deadbeat dads out there because of the baby mama. They're the ones that are creating the deadbeat dad more so than actual just deadbeat dads who don't want to be part of their kids' lives. Now that was Paulina's theory. So maybe that's true. Look at this guy. He knocked her up. He tried to make it all work. He wanted this family and take care of everything. Worked hard, he said. And she is the one that left with the kid. Now, maybe she keeps the kid from him. Maybe he doesn't get to spend as much time with the child. And now he's going to be perceived as a deadbeat dad because of her actions, not his. So maybe that's what's really going on. Maybe the perception of deadbeat dads in society is created by the baby mamas and not really the men who don't take care of their kids. Romeo, it's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo, RD42547-7. Let me see here. What'd you say? Romeo, dating a single mom is easy. All you have to do is talk about the kid and like him or her, and she will fall in quick. But most single moms come with drama from baby daddies, but some come with EBT, Section 8, and welfare benefits, so you go to work with the snacks and the good food for the most part. But remember, some are just looking for another baby daddy for more child support. What do we expect in Kern County? I don't know what does that have to do with the guy that texted me about the about his baby mama. Hey, Romeo, what's up, Rome? I agree with you. Not sure why he is saying he is a bad man. There has to be more that he hasn't told you. Seems like things were good before she got pregnant, and we don't know how long they were together before she had the baby. The age difference isn't the problem. Maybe he wasn't giving her the time and attention she needed. He says he worked all day and then spent time with his son, cooked meals. He didn't say he spent time with her, only that she should have been grateful for him working and being with his son. Yeah, have a blessed one. Yeah, I mean, you make a great point. Maybe he didn't spend enough time with her. Maybe his focus was on the kid and not so much the woman. So, but is that really fair to say? I mean, because nobody's arguing when a woman is spending the majority of the time or most of the time or all the time with the children and not paying attention to her husband. Nobody says anything about her, right? How many of you guys went through it or lost your husband because you were spending more time with your children and neglecting your husband? How many women got cheated on because of the kids? I'm not saying that it's right by any means. I'm just saying, how many of you got cheated on because you were raising children and neglecting your husband so he went and slept with somebody else? I mean, if he's spending more time with the child than the baby mama, How's that any different? Already 42547. Good morning, Hal. What's going on?
Hey, good morning. I came in on the tail end of your topic about baby daddies and baby mamas. What's going on?
This guy, he said he knocked up this woman after dating for 3 months, and they tried to make it work. She moved in with him. He was trying to take care of everything and be a good family man, and apparently it wasn't enough for her. She moved out. And apparently she's posting stuff on IG of pictures of herself, and so he's worried that he's going to be perceived as a bad father because of her. And last week, one of the listeners, Paulina, had said that there is a real chance, or according to her, more deadbeat dads are created by the baby mamas as opposed to just legitimately being deadbeat dads who walk out on their children. And so
I disagree, because there's actually statistics that debunk what she's saying. But even logically thinking, do you think that there is a huge percentage of women that would do that compared to the majority of men that do abandon their families?
I think that there are a lot of women who are mad at the baby daddy and will do whatever it takes to take advantage of it. Depends on how they define a deadbeat dad. I don't know how they define that.
Right, because it's subjective.
Yeah, so I don't know.
But I think, yes, there probably is a percentage of women. Of course, there's no absolute, right?
No, absolutely not.
But I would say if you compare it, I would say that there are a vast majority of men that do things in their relationships that cause women to leave.
Well, yeah, I don't disagree with that. What Paulina was saying, I think, is the idea that a man wants to be a part of their kid's life, but because the women don't get what they want from him, they keep the child from the man, and then he's considered a deadbeat dad.
Well, I would argue that sometimes the father might be harmful. I don't think a lot of people take that into consideration, that women are not just making up things to keep their kids. Who does that? Like, I don't know too many women that are that upset that they don't want to share the responsibility. That's a lot of responsibility you just try to keep to yourself.
Sure.
You and your feelings,
Yeah.
right? So I think it's more logical that that man may be harmful.
Sure.
More harmful than he is good.
Okay.
And not to say that
I don't
people
know.
can't change.
I have no idea who's right and who's wrong. So
No, it's not. It's usually you use the stats,
okay.
because
Sure.
we can all have anecdotals, right? So
Yeah.
I just think, yeah.
I just don't know what the definition is. I'd have to know the actual definition of what a deadbeat dad is to understand it all. So, but
It is nuanced, but obviously it's a man who, would cheat on his woman, BB, things of that nature.
Okay. All right, cool. Well, thanks for calling. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
All right, have a good day. Bye.
Bye.
RD42547. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. All right, what a big Roland send me. Romeo, what a big our man. We got our butts kicked. That defense is soft. What about the 2 interceptions Dak Prescott throw? You don't want to talk about that? Yeah, the Cowboys they're just bad, and they're just bad. Their defense sucks. I went and looked up the teams that they beat. They haven't even beat any good teams. I mean, they beat the Jets, the Commanders, and who else? I mean, come on now. The Cowboys are embarrassing. For a team that gets so much hype and so much accolade, and they want them so. I mean, the referees even tried to give them that game. That's the only game I watched the entirety of, was that Cowboy. The referees even tried to give them that game. Tried to help them out, and still couldn't do it. Yeah, the Cowboys suck, Roland. They still suck. And Dak Prescott is just I feel bad for Dak Prescott, because I honestly believe that he is a great human being. Everything I've ever heard about him, I believe he's a great human being. But as a quarterback, I think he believes he's better than he actually is. I think he actually believes he's a top-tier quarterback. And I think people around him tell him he's a top-tier quarterback, which you probably have to do if you're playing quarterback, right? But Dak Prescott is one step above Geno Smith, to be honest with you. So, yeah, that's just... And Cowboy fans are so delusional. Oh, my God, they're so delusional. Boy, they're dumb. All right, 842-547-7. What do we got here? Good morning, Rome. Bandwagon gang. Yep. That's how it goes, right? All them Niner fans, they got their Dodger jerseys on right now. Hey, at least the Dodgers won on Saturday so that the Niners could, them Niner fans could put that Dodger jersey on tonight and watch the Dodger game. Bandwagon gang. They are bandwagoners. And they got embarrassed. Jeez. I didn't know the Niners got embarrassed. Let's be honest about it. It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm in the valley. It's Romeo. One Roland, send me here, my boy Roland. Big R, changing my Cowboys blue to my Dodger blue. Of course you are, Roland. All you guys are a bunch of fake-ass fans. Even though Roland's not a fake a bandwagon Cowboy fan. He's just a dumbass Cowboy fan, just like the rest of you delusional Cowboy fans. But yeah, go put your Dodger jersey on tonight. I know you guys, your team sucks. You guys are fair weather. You might as well put your Dodger jerseys on. Feel good about yourself for the night. Just saying. Although the Dodgers might lose. Good morning, now. What's going on?
What's going on, Rome? Chili Gilly.
Chili Gilly. What's up, brother?
I said, do I have to call him or can I email him like that Cowboys fan?
I met that Cowboys fan on Saturday over at MB2, by the way.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you mention that to him or what?
No, I didn't say nothing. We were having fun. It was trunk or treat. We were doing fun stuff. I don't want to.
All right.
We know how that goes.
Well, I hate to say it, but looks like it's not going to be good. But I'll tell you one thing. I feel so bad for Rodgers because Rodgers is playing his ass off.
Yeah, I only watched the first quarter, so I didn't see what happened. They were doing, weren't they? Maybe they were winning when I turned the game off.
Yep, but now the defense. The Steelers have always took pride in having a great defense. They all suck on defense, all of them, including Watt.
They should still win the division, though. I mean, they got the Bengals are terrible. Baltimore's terrible. Cleveland's
that ain't the ultimate goal, man.
Yeah, they're not going to win the Super Bowl, but
no, hell no.
Yeah.
But,
they need to change.
So, I told you.
They need to change. They need to change. They need to get a new coach. Sometimes people just need to change.
All the coaches need to go.
Yeah.
Including that patchy face Terrell Austin,
Sometimes look at the change. Mac Jones. Now he's all of a sudden. What is it? Is it Mac Jones? Who's the guy for Indianapolis that all of a sudden has been a loser in the league? All of a sudden he goes to Daniel Jones. All of a sudden this guy found a team. They're 7-1.
Oh, he's gonna get paid.
Jeez, what the heck? He's
gonna get paid, man. There's gonna be so many teams coming for him, but. I'll tell you one thing. I told you Flacco would turn back into a pumpkin.
Next week.
To the Jets. Jets. Jets.
Oh, is that when they lost to the Jets?
Yeah. They got their first win. Yeah.
That's awesome.
All right, brother.
All right, Gilly.
I'm going to go back to bed.
All right, later, man.
Later.
Yeah, well, Jordan Love's putting it down, man. That's a local kid, huh? What is he, from Liberty? Oh, Jordan Love and the Packers are doing something. All right, 842-547-7. It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm in the valley. It's Romeo. What did Big Boy send me about football? What did Big Boy send me? Send me something funny. Hey, Rome. Yo, bro. How about phony Tony Romo talking like he's one of the Dallas greats? Oh, they did. The statistics they bring out to make, I don't know what that is, but the last couple of Dallas games, they have these statistics that put Tony Romo and Dak Prescott in the class of like Joe Montana and Steve Young, or Dan Marino, or just some of the greatest quarterbacks to ever play in the Tom Brady. These guys aren't even close to the caliber of the top quarterbacks that ever played in the NFL. Tony Romo was a straight loser. I mean, they make these statistics for losers so that you can feel better about yourself. The ultimate goal in the NFL is to win a Super Bowl. That's the ultimate goal. And when you're on a team like the Cowboys, they put Tony Romo and Dak Prescott in a category that they were better than Troy Aikman. Didn't Troy Aikman win like 3 Super Bowls with the Cowboys? Silly. And then they put these stats up. And what's funny about Troy Aikman is they try to, Joe Buck tries to do it to Troy Aikman. He tries to talk about how great he is. And Troy Aikman downplays it so great. He's so humble. Not Tony Romo. Tony Romo has to live vicariously through his stats because he could never win a Super Bowl. I mean, the Cowboys are supposed to be Super Bowl contenders every year. That's how great the legacy of the Cowboys organization is. But yet they got these pathetic quarterbacks that can't do anything except, they can throw, they can pass for 100 yards and throw an interception. They're not championship quarterbacks, You got guys that are good in the regular season, and you got guys that are gamers that are going to win you Super Bowls, and they're not. But man, they sure try to make them seem like, boy, every time I see a Cowboy game, they try to put these stats out there to make it look like Tony Romo is one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever play football, or Dak Prescott, and they are not even close and never will be. I mean, it's ridiculous. RD42547. So, yeah, you're right, big boy. Tony Romo is yeah. It's on 94.1. On 94.1, the rhythm of the valleys. Romeo, hey, you effing Chiefs fan. Checking if the Cowboys still them boys. The Cowboys have not been them boys in 30 years. That's the embarrassing part about the Cowboys. This is what's embarrassing. Not that the Cowboys are just a mediocre team in the NFL, but Jerry Jones is so good they're like a cult. The Cowboys fans and the Dallas Cowboys are a cult. And they believe every year that they have a legitimate chance of going to the Super Bowl. And their fans are so delusional and are so just, I don't know, what do cult people like? I don't know. I've never been involved in a cult, so I don't know what that's like. But that's what the Cowboy fans are like. That's what Jerry Jones has created. He has convinced all these Cowboy fans that they still are America's team, that they still are one of the best NFL teams in the world, in the league, and they're not. They haven't been relevant for, as far as football goes, when's the last time they've been relevant as a team that could possibly win a Super Bowl? They haven't been. They haven't even come close. But yet, for some reason, every year, and I don't know, Jerry Jones has got all the sports guys on ESPN and Fox and all these other places telling you how great they are and are just looking for the Cowboys to do something because Jerry Jones has them all either scared or convinced or hold something over. The Cowboys suck. They're terrible. Their defense is awful. Dak Prescott is a mediocre quarterback. And, you got a couple good receivers, I guess. But if it weren't for stats, nobody would even look at the Cowboys. They're awful. But yet, you got these delusional Cowboy fans who have bought into Jerry Jones and his, hype machine that they're going to win a Super Bowl. They're an embarrassment to themselves right now. And so are the Cowboy fans. You're an embarrassment to yourself because of the way you talk about the Cowboys. Instead of just owning the fact that, you know what, you guys are not good. Dak Prescott is not going to win you a championship. Your team is sorry. Your owner's sorry. They need to sell that team. That's what they need to do. They need to sell that team and start over. It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. I didn't even look at the scores, to be honest with you. I only watched one game. I watched the Cowboys and the Denver game, and then I was watching I watched the first quarter of the Packers and the Steeler game. But let's see here. The Chargers beat the Vikings. Oh, that was Thursday night. Hey, the Dolphins won a game. Dolphins beat the Falcons. Hey, the Jets won a game. Jets beat the Bengals. Browns. Patriots beat the Browns. Eagles beat the Giants. Let's see. The Bills beat the Panthers. The Bears lost to the Ravens. Aren't the Ravens one of the worst teams in the NFL and the Bears lost? The Niners lost to the Texans. The Buccaneers beat the Saints. Cowboys lost to the Broncos. The Colts, they beat the Titans. And then, the Packers beat the Steelers. Not really any good games, huh? Looking over, there was never any really good, no real games. You got the Commanders and the Chiefs tonight for Monday Night Football. But yet, not really anything worth watching, huh? No wonder why I only watched that Dallas game, because I was hoping Dallas would beat the Broncos, but God, the Dallas sucks. Gosh, they're horrible. Well, I guess that Packers-Steelers game was a game worth watching, right? Aaron Rodgers going back to Green Bay, but not really any good games this weekend. Okay. All right, 842-547-7. What'd you send me here? Hey, Rome. Looks like we are all marked safe from hearing Bang Bang Whiner Gang this week. My coworker doesn't want to talk football this morning. The last few weeks, he's been talking about not even injuries are stopping the Niners because that's how good the team is. Well, after yesterday, he doesn't want to talk about injuries. I told him, keep that same energy as before. Don't blame injuries. Now, when you told me your team is so good and the coaches are so good that injuries aren't even stopping you guys, well, yeah, because he's a fake-ass fan. I mean, let's be honest, man. He's a fake bandwagon, all right? Your coworker's a fake-ass fan, okay? Don't let him try to tell you anything different. I mean, they got spanked, too. I don't know if Houston's good or what, but they got spanked. RD42547-7. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. RD42547-7. Hey, Rome, all those Cowboy fans are the same people who their parents never told them they sucked at sports. They would always say they are the best players on the team. They're just happy with the participation award. Oh, my God. Yeah. I was going to tell you something, as a matter of fact. I was at a football game Friday night. What was I going to tell you? Let me think about it. I forgot I was going to tell you guys something. I forgot what it was, though. Alright, 842-547-7. Hey, Rome, it's Klaus. Dak is the Kirk Cousins in Dallas. Dak will get pay, but never win a Super Bowl. Yeah, he'll never win a Super Bowl. The problem with Dak Prescott is this, and this is what it appears to be. When the pressure is not on, he does fantastic. He looks like a champion. But when he actually has to play a real football team, and the pressure is on, he's not good enough. That's the problem with Dak Prescott. He can't handle the pressure. He is not the guy that's going to lead you to win. Patrick Mahomes, when things are going wrong and everybody else is failing around him, or the defense is absolutely incredible and he'll come through. He's the guy that's going to figure out a way to overcome and win a game. Dak Prescott will not do that. Who else? There's a lot of quarterbacks that were like that. Joe Montana was another one. Steve Young was another one. Look at, I'm trying to think of who some of the great quarterbacks were that when everything was going wrong around them, they took it on. They put everybody on their back and would win a football game or a Super Bowl or a championship or whatever they needed to do. Okay? Dak Prescott is not that guy. He's still an average quarterback. He can beat mediocre teams. He can beat the worst teams in the league and embarrass them and make himself look good. But he can't do it against the best teams. He got absolutely humiliated yesterday. And you could sit there and go, well, nobody, he wasn't the problem. Nobody else was helping him out. Well, no. That's not how it works. When you're the captain of the team, when you're the quarterback of the team, you have to figure out how to make it work. You can't just go, well, it's not my fault. He dropped the ball. He fumbled. He did this. The line was doing that. No, you figure out how to win. You are the star of the team. You're the guy that has to keep the engine running no matter what's going on. That's who champions are. That's what Tom Brady was. That's what Patrick Mahomes is. I mean, pick your quarterback. You guys, that's not what Dak Prescott is. Everything around him has to be going well for him to win. That's why he'll never win. It's Romeo. It's Hot 84.1. Hot 84.1, the rhythm of the valley is Romeo, RD42547-7. What'd you send me here? Rome. Huge Bronco fans. Oh, that's another bandwagon you got to look out for now. The Broncos are looking good. They're winning some games. We'll start looking for those Bronco jerseys around Bakersfield. Rome, huge Bronco fans here. What do you think of the QB Knicks? I'm still on the fence if he's a Super Bowl caliber leader, player, or it's just our defense that's so good. Well, they put up 44 points. I mean, I don't know. He looks good. He looks strong. He looks confident. He looks like I'm kind of surprised, actually, to be honest with you, because I would have thought that with Harbaugh and Herbert, since they're a little bit more experienced, I mean, Herbert being more experienced, Harbaugh and the coach of the Broncos probably have about the same experience in the NFL. And Nick's only being a second year. I'm surprised how much better the Broncos look than the Chargers. I would have thought the Chargers would have been a better team faster than the Broncos. But yeah, I don't know. He's probably not a Super Bowl. The reason I'll say he's not a Super Bowl winning quarterback yet is because it's going to be tough when he gets to the playoffs. I mean, it's just going to be tough for him. He's going to be too inexperienced. He's not going to, he's going to make mistakes. It's tough, man, for these kids. Their first year, they have a Super Bowl shot. I mean, you never saw a rookie win a Super Bowl. And has a second-year player ever won a Super Bowl? A second-year quarterback ever made it to the Super Bowl? Oh, Patrick Mahomes. He did it. Did Patrick Mahomes? No. His first year, he sat. His second year, he lost to Brady. His third year, he won a Super Bowl? Is that right? So maybe. But yeah, they got to have growing pains. I don't know. They look pretty damn good, though. I mean, although it was the Cowboys do stink. So, I'm pretty sure East High could beat the Cowboys on them, on a neutral field. RD42547-7. It's Romeo. It's Hot 84.1. Hot 84.1, the rhythm of the valley is Romeo. So, yeah, the costume contest. We did a costume contest over at MB2 on Saturday. We were out there for the trunk or treat, and man, the trunk or treat was crazy how many people were out there. It was wild, man. There were so many people out there. I don't think anybody expected it. Who was the trunk or treat with? It was with the Valley Achievement Center did trunk or treat, and they are absolutely amazing. All the cars that were set up, they decorated. They had some sort of contest for decorating the cars. It was actually cool. There was a what else was out there? There was a petting zoo. There was some vendors out there selling stuff, and then of course there was we had a costume contest, and the costume contest was amazing. It was a good time. MB2 Valley Achievement Center. It was great. It was really a good time. If you came out and saw it all, you know what I'm talking about. If you missed it, hey, maybe you can catch it next year because it really was a good time. And we had a lot of fun, man. Had a lot of fun. RD42547-7. Hey, Romeo, Kurt Warner, Russ Wilson, Big Ben, and Tom Brady won in their second year. Okay. Well, there you go. There you go. And all of them turned out to be great quarterbacks, except for Russ, right? Russ he's kind of got old, I guess. RD42547. It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valleys. Romeo, RD42547. What'd you send me here? Hey, Rome. The head coach, Sean Payton, has been a head coach in the NFL since 2006, by the way. He's a lot more experienced than Harbaugh. And Payton's won a Super Bowl. Harbaugh's been to the Super Bowl. Harbaugh's been very successful everywhere he's went, so I would have thought that Harbaugh would have done better, faster, considering he had Herbert as a quarterback. But like I said, I don't think Herbert's a quality quarterback. I think he's a quality quarterback. I just don't think he's a Super Bowl champion. RD42547. So Bo Nix may be better than. He may be better than Herbert. I don't know. That's a good question. Romeo, damn, bro, have Mahomes baby already. Well, why? Because Mahomes is... I'm just stating facts about Mahomes. Jeez. All right, 842-547. Yo, Rome, the youngest quarterback to win a Super Bowl is Ben Roethlisberger, who won Super Bowl whatever in the second season with the Pittsburgh Steelers in 2005. Let's go Steelers. Yeah, the Steelers are not going to win a Super Bowl. Steelers need to change a head coach. They need to change that coaching staff and start over. Not because they're bad, but they're just in a rut. It's not... how you want to talk about, we've had so many winning seasons, but you've had so many winning seasons and you haven't even come close to winning the Super Bowl. At what point do you make a change? My gosh, just to try to, get a spark or something. RD42547. Rome, not sure if you agree with me, but did you see those ridiculous looking uniforms from the Steelers game last night? Absolutely trash. Yeah, I would agree with you on that. They looked pretty ridiculous. Yeah, I don't know. But what was that? Some sort of throwback? I don't know what that was, but yeah, they look silly. They were not good-looking uniforms. RD42547. It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valleys, Romeo. Okay, so I remember what I was going to talk about. I saw over the weekend. I went to a football game, and it was where you sit in the stands. And it was the fact that, how many of you guys like to have an in-seat? You go to a concert, you go to a football game, you go to, any event where you're with a large crowd of people and everybody's in the stands, in the seats, whatever. And you want to have that aisle seat. I like the aisle seat. But when you're with the aisle seat, you have to understand people are going to want to come in and out. And it's not their fault that they want to come in and out. They're sitting in the middle, okay? You chose to sit in the end. And I see these people get pissed off about it. You're mad because people want to sit because you chose to sit in the end of the aisle, or you chose to sit at the end of the bench or the seating area. But those people got to get to their seats. And then you're being a jackass because, they keep walking. Well, what do you expect them to do? If you don't like it, you should sit in the middle. And that way nobody is there to walk in front of you. Gosh, it was just ridiculous. Some of you people are so ridiculous sometimes. RD42547. If you're going to sit in an aisle seat at any event, you have to realize you got to let people in and out and not be mad about it. It's not their fault. It's yours for sitting there. RD42547. Hey, Rome, I'm a Steeler fan. And did those uniforms look ugly? They were throwbacks to the 30s uniforms. Aaron Rodgers, man, how he's going to get sacked and fumble the ball, then complain and say it was an incomplete pass and still lose the game. Cheers to another winning season for Coach Tomlin, Cake Boy. Yeah, it'll be another winning season, but is it really a winning season? There are teams that you expect to win Super Bowls, okay? They just have that pedigree. Steelers are one of them, but not anymore. They need to get rid of. They need to change up. RD42547. It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1. The rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. RD42547. Rome. It's Niner Nick. The Niners suck. Rome. I don't know if they suck. Why is everybody hating on machines all the time? Don't just win like 2 Super Bowls in 3 years. Just for that, Romeo, play that bandwagon song. Yeah, Yeah, I don't know if they suck, but they lost. I mean, aren't they still in first place or tied or whatever? What's their standings? The Niners. Oh, my Rams might be ahead of them, right? Oh no, Seattle is ahead of them. Seattle's 5-2. Los Angeles. Oh, they're all 5-2. Oh, San Francisco's 5-3. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. They didn't look good though. They didn't look good. Hey, Roman, did you see the Broncos game? The Cowboys, Dak Prescott didn't know what hit him. That's what you get when you play a real NFL team like the Broncos. Yeah, I mean, the Broncos look legitimate at this point. They absolutely do. Can't argue with that. I mean, the Cowboys suck. So you do have to understand that. I mean, you have to. The Broncos might be a legitimate team right now, but also the Cowboys suck. So if you're going to compare, I would say the Cowboys suck more than the Broncos are a legitimate team. If you can understand what I mean by that. Rome, I just bought aisle seats for the Eagles-Chargers game in December. I would rather let people buy than be the person having to apologize every time they want to get out of their seats. But that's what I'm saying, and that's what I saw at this football game the other night, is these people are getting mad because people are walking in and out, but you wanted to sit there. So yeah, you're absolutely right. I would rather just get up, because I always get the aisle seat whenever I go anywhere. I'd rather just get up and let the people go through. It takes no time. It doesn't matter. It's no big deal at all, because, you got a more comfortable place to sit until you get mad because somebody has to sit in the middle. There's nothing you can do about it. People sit in the middle. You fill up the whole row. People have to sit in the middle of the row. If you don't like people walking by you, sit in the middle of the row so nobody walks by you. It's that simple. RD42547-7. It's Romeo. It's out at 4.1. 4.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. RD42547-7. Rome, we're not legit yet. Oh, the Broncos have to beat Buffalo or KC in the playoffs. If we do that, then the next decade of the AFC West will be fun to watch. Well, here's the question. Look at what happened with the Cincinnati Bengals. Remember, everybody was trying to take down the Chiefs, and Joe Burrow supposedly did it. And then what happened? He went to the Super Bowl and lost, and now they're irrelevant again. So I don't know. It takes a little more than that. It really does. You never know. You never know. Already 42547-7. Hey, Rome, this is Seahawk Lou. Like how you show respect to my Hawks bros. Yes, they're number one in the division and going to win the Super Bowl. Yeah, well, I don't know how you're going to win the Super Bowl, Lou, without Geno Smith. I mean, he was the top 5 quarterback. You told me last year he was the best quarterback in the NFL, and they were going to win the Super Bowl last year. The Seahawks don't have a chance in hell. What time is it? What's today? Lou, write it down. Okay, Lou, right now. Write this down that I'm telling you. The Seahawks don't have a chance in hell in getting to the Super Bowl. In fact, I'm going to guess they don't even make the playoffs, to be honest with you. Maybe a wild card. They won't win that division. Okay? All right, 842-547-7. It's Hot 84.1. Hot 84.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. RD42547-7. Hey, Romeo, Seahawk Lou, the type of man. If his Seahawks go to the Super Bowl, that means no Christmas presents for his family and possibly taking out a second mortgage just to go to the Super Bowl and watch his team lose. Yeah. Seahawk Lou will completely disregard his family for football. It's kind of pathetic. But yeah, they're not going to go to the Super Bowl. Hey, Rome, the Seahawks not making the Super Bowl Monday, October 27th. That's hilarious. Somebody sent me a picture of me making that statement. Yeah, the Seahawks are not going to the Super Bowl. Listen, I'm going to tell you this right off the head. And I know you guys get excited, like, the Denver Bronco fan who finally found, there's a Denver Bronco fan. Who knew, right? All of a sudden, there's a Denver Bronco fan in Bakersfield. But the fact of the matter is, when it comes to the NFL, you have a percentage of coaches and athletes that are just not good enough. They're not going to make it, okay? Then you have a percentage of athletes that are not, I don't think they're playing to try to win a Super Bowl. They're playing for stats and they're playing for money. Okay? Then you have the coaches and athletes that are playing for championships. That group of people is very small. Now, I think Sean Payton is one of those people who wants to win a Super Bowl, and he's already won one, so he knows how to win one, so you can't discount him. I think Jim Harbaugh wants to win a Super Bowl. He knows how to get to one. He ended up losing, but I just think people have different goals. And in the NFL, the majority of the goals for which the ultimate goal in the NFL is to win a Super Bowl. That's it. That should be your only goal. Not stats, not financial gain, just the Super Bowl. But unfortunately, that's not what it's about. These players today have become, they've become about the money. They become about the stats. They think if they have the most passing yards in the NFL at the end of their career, they won, even though they never won a Super Bowl. You didn't win. You just got some ridiculous stat to make you feel better about your failure as in your career. And let's be honest, you're a failure. If you have not won a Super Bowl, you're a failure, because that's the goal every year. And there are players and there are coaches that feel that way. Those are the ones that win Super Bowls. And those are the ones that are upset that they didn't win a Super Bowl. Tony Romo said this yesterday in his broadcast. He said the only regret he had was I didn't win the Cowboys a Super Bowl. Okay. How about the regret that you didn't win a Super Bowl? I understand what you were saying, but the way you said it matters. And now you just got a ton of money. You got some real stats that they put you up there with some other great quarterbacks, but the great quarterbacks that it put you in with won Super Bowls. So you're the failure. And if you're not in it like that to win, what are you doing? You're just trying to get paid, which is, I guess, is fine. But you got all these fans out here who are rooting for you every single year to win a Super Bowl. And guess what? You don't care enough about your fans because you care about your money and just getting paid. What does that say about what you're doing or to the fan base? And I know that sounds kind of silly and cheesy and whatever, but look at Seahawk Lou. Seahawk Lou lives and dies. He even says the most idiotic things about it. Last year he was talking about Geno Smith being the greatest quarterback ever and how great he is, and the Seahawks are going to the Super Bowl and they just lost pathetically. Now Geno Smith is about to get benched, I think. So do you see the stupidity that these fans and the things that they say? And then you got quarterbacks or you got these multi-million-dollar athletes only caring about money and not winning. I would probably say there's only about 10% of the NFL coaches and players that really care, that truly care about winning the Super Bowl. That if they don't win it, they failed, regardless of stats and money. It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. Hey, Rome, you see my Ravens win this weekend? Super Bowl bound, baby. I can wishful thinking. Oh, yeah. That's another team, man. You just don't understand. Those guys have got a quality coach. At least I thought he was a quality coach. They have a quality quarterback, but they just failing miserably every year. They just can't. Those guys, by all accounts, are a failing team. They should have won a Super Bowl, at least you would think, right? With that quality, with the quality of players they have on that team, but I just don't think they have the drive. They don't want it. They just don't want it. And maybe you could say Lamar Jackson's not talented enough because his passing, but you gotta believe he's talented enough of a quarterback to win a Super Bowl, right? I don't think they care. They want money. Money's more important than championships. Good morning, Hal. What's going on?
Hey, good morning, Rome. How are you?
I'm great, man. What's up?
Hey, I think your outlook or your take on the NFL is such on point. I'm a Rams fan, and I know that the Rams are not the best team in the world. But I just got to say, Niner fans, why do you got to hate on the Rams like all the time? Like you're always saying Kyle Shanahan's better than McVay, but at the end of the day, who has a Super Bowl in the last decade?
Shanahan's
So
not better than McVay. You're right.
Yeah. And I mean, I don't know if it's Bakersfield or whatever, but everybody's the Niner fans. They're like, you know what?
It's not it's Bakersfield, but it's the fan base. The fan base are fair weather bandwagon fans, so they don't know what they're talking about. That's the problem. You have to look at, especially in Bakersfield. The 99% of these Niner fans in Bakersfield are just bandwagoners who are trying to look for something good in their life through this Niner team because they can justify it. Oh, I'm a Niner fan. Well, that's justifiable because the Niners are just a few hours away and they're a California team, right? So It's justifiable for them to jump on that bandwagon. That way they can have something good in their life and feel good about themselves. But that's why they don't know anything. That they're not real football fans. They're just bandwagoners. So that's why you get that. But no, Shanahan's not a better football coach than McVay. Not at this point.
Yeah, I mean they're a good football team. Don't get me wrong. I give respect where respect due, but man, you got to put that debate away in Bakersfield, man. Niner fans just get over and win a Super Bowl.
You just got to not have that debate in Bakersfield because these Niner fans are not real football fans. They're not real fans. So why are you fighting? Don't fight with idiots. Just let them talk. You know? All right,
real.
Later.
All right,
RD4254-7-7. Rome, Raiders should have kept Jimmy G. He's still better than all the quarterbacks on their roster. And he's been to the Super Bowl. Yeah. They should have kept Derek Carr, who they should have kept. You know? I mean, yeah. RD4254-7-7. It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valleys. Romeo, RD4254-7-7. Yo, Rome, what teams do you think are trying to win a Super Bowl? I think you got the same teams that are always in it. And I think it comes down to coaching. You know, I think you got the Chiefs, obviously, Andy Reid. They have the team for it. They've done it over the last, 8 years. I think that Sean Payton, I think he's a guy who wants to win another Super Bowl, and I think he's one of those old school type of coaches where Super Bowls matter. The problem is you're getting into these. Let me look at the teams. If I was going to guess, let me just look at the teams. Philadelphia Eagles, I mean, they got a taste last year, so I think they realize what it's about. I think they're trying to win a Super Bowl. I think that I think the Ravens want to win. I just think you have a small percentage of coaches and players that really want to win. If they don't win, they feel like their season was a failure. Like I think the Chiefs feel they failed last year by losing to in the Super Bowl, right? Like I think they thought they failed. They're not running around going, well, at least we made the Super Bowl. Nah, because they're not made up like that. I think the Detroit Lions. I think Dan Campbell's one of those coaches that's just it drives him up the wall that they didn't get to the Super Bowl that they lost last year. I think Harbaugh's one for the Chargers because he's been there and lost, and I think he realizes. So I just think that there's not. Yeah, I think there's very few teams. A lot of these other teams, they got these coaches that just want to keep their jobs. All we got to do is make the playoffs so I don't get fired. It's not like, of course they all want to win a Super Bowl, okay? But I think there are a bunch of, I think 90% of the league will make an excuse. Well, at least I got paid. Well, it's more important that I make a lot of money, or it's more important I got to get all these stats so that I make a lot of money. And we'll say, well, it's okay we didn't win. I think there's only about 10% of the league that wants to win. I even think Aaron Rodgers wants to win a Super Bowl. Mike Tomlin, I think, wants to win one, but I think he's conceded the fact that he won't tell you this, but I think he's conceded to the fact that he's okay with just having this consecutive string of winning seasons. He's okay with being defined by that because he's already won a Super Bowl. You can see you can see the teams that really want to win. All right, 842-547-7. It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. RD42547-7. Hey, Rome. Go Bills. Go Bills, yeah. I actually think if the Bills don't have to play, let me look at the AFC. I think if the Bills actually don't have to play the Kansas City Chiefs in the playoffs, I think the Bills have the best shot of going to the Super Bowl. As long as they don't have to play, I don't think the Bills. I think KC's in their head when it comes to the playoffs. The regular season, totally different animal, totally different beast. But once you hit the playoffs, it changes the whole dynamic of football. Yo, Rome, Raider fans are not ready to have the conversation that Derek Carr was not the problem. I would, yeah. Why aren't Raider fans ready to have that conversation? I think, yeah, at this point, in retrospect, Derek Carr was not the problem. You're absolutely right. Already 42547-7. Rome, do you think players that make it to the NFL now don't care about either playing or winning as much since they made it big in the league, and all they care about now is having that NFL title and money? I think the NFL is going to get worse because now these colleges are paying them that NLI money. So now these kids are coming into the NFL millionaires. And I think that changes the dynamic of the coach-player relationship. And I think you can tell that these coaches are, I think if you just look at the league, you can see these players are already coming in arrogant and rich. And so they don't have the same drive. And the coaches don't have the same control over the players. They have to change their attitude. They have to figure out a way to deal with these players and give them some sort of drive other than money and fame. So I think you're right about it. But I think the fact that now colleges, these kids can make millions. There's a girl in college playing softball who made $1 million last year and is going to make another $1 million this year. Pitching for softball. There's a good shot she won't even make that much when she graduates. So when you got these kids coming out, and who knows what they're paying these college football players, And they got, look at that Archie Manning. Bro, every time Texas is on, he's in like 5 commercials. How much money is that kid making? And he's a mediocre at best college quarterback. So when he gets to the NFL, which he will, he's already going to be a multimillionaire. It's crazy. So I think the NFL is going to change over the years. I think they don't have the same, killer instinct to win. They don't have the same killer instinct to win that championship. RD42547-7. Hey, Rome, you think Sean McVay, Rams focus is Super Bowl only? I think so. I do, because didn't they they won one, right? I think once you win one, you realize what it takes to get to one, and you have a totally different perspective. And your goal is to win another one. So yes, I do believe that. What didn't they lose one? They won one and lost one, right? I don't remember the Rams. Did they only go to one in the last few years and win it? How did that work? RD42547-7. It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. RD42547-7. Hey, Rome, are you counting out Drake, May, and the Patriots? Yes, I would count out. Who are the big teams right now? Let me look. I can look right now. I would say that New England, Pittsburgh, Indianapolis, none of them have a shot to get to the Super Bowl. In the AFC, I would say you have Buffalo. Let me rephrase that. Pittsburgh. Aaron Rodgers can play football, and he's won a Super Bowl before. I don't know about Pittsburgh. I'm not sure about. I don't think they're good enough to make it to the Super Bowl. because I think Buffalo's better, but the Patriots, they don't have, Drake May doesn't have the experience. The problem, what you guys don't understand, is you think everybody just gets to the playoffs, and because they did well in the regular season, that they have a shot. The playoffs are completely different. Have you ever talked or listened to these NFL players? Everything changes in the playoffs. It's faster. The referees are different. Everything changes in the playoff from the regular season. It turns into a different game. And if you don't have the experience and aren't prepared for that and have gone through it, you don't know what you're going to, you lose. So yeah, I would count out the Patriots as a Super Bowl contender. Not because, the regular season's just too different. That's the problem. All right, 842-547-7. It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. All right, 842-547-7. Yeah, Rome McVay went to the Super Bowl in 2018, which was his second year as a head coach, and lost to the Patriots. Then he traded Goff and to the Lions for Stafford, won the Super Bowl appearance. McVay is going into year 9 and has 1-1 in the Super Bowl record. So so that's what I would say. I would give McVay as a coach who's concerned about winning Super Bowls. I would say McVay's more concerned about winning a Super Bowl than he is concerned about losing his job, if that makes sense to you. And that's where you have to be as a head coach. You have to be more concerned about winning a Super Bowl than losing your job. Some coaches are just coaching to not lose their job. Oh, as long as we have a good winning season and, as long as we just miss the playoffs but have a winning season, or as long as we make the playoffs and lose in the first round, hey, I'm not going to lose my job. You know what I'm saying? That's most teams. That's most coaches. So, yeah. All right. Already 42547-7. But also looking at the AFC, looking at the NFC, who are the Rams? The Rams might be a legitimate shot. They might have a legitimate shot at a Super Bowl this year, just because I would say there's no standout team in the NFC. Looking at the NFC, there's no real standout teams. They're all probably about the same. Maybe Philly. Maybe you give Philly the upper hand because they won the Super Bowl last year, right? But other than that, Green Bay looks good. Detroit looks good. Tampa Bay looks great, but I don't know. Does anybody trust Baker Mayfield to win a Super Bowl? And maybe he can. I don't know. San Francisco, Los Angeles, Seattle. I don't think Seattle is anywhere near a Super Bowl contender, but the Rams and the Niners might be. It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. Good morning. What's going on?
Hey, what up, Ron? Seahawk Lou again, bro.
What up, Lou?
Hey, man, you know how much that boils my blood, you saying the Rams are a contender, but not the Seahawks?
Oh, the Seahawks are not good. Come on, man. They're all, no way.
Are we watching the same game?
I'm watching the same NFL. I'm not watching the same games, but I'm watching the NFL.
Oh my God,
if you think weren't you the same idiot that said Geno Smith was a top 5 quarterback?
He was with the right team.
And how far did the Seattle Seahawks get last year with him?
They should have made playoffs, honestly. They got 10 wins.
They didn't make the playoffs?
No, birdie.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Hey, but this year it's different, bro.
Okay.
Sam Darnold.
Yeah, because he's been such a winning player. How many years has Sam Darnold been in the league?
Several years, but these past 2 years he has been a winning player.
How many times?
Better than Mahomes.
What did he win?
Nothing yet.
Okay.
Until February.
What did Mahomes win?
Come on.
Okay.
We can't go.
Okay, there we go. See, this is why you can't listen to Seahawk Lou. Alright, 42547-7. And with that note, I guess we'll stop talking football because you idiots don't know what you're talking about. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. Good morning, Hot. What's going on?
What's up, Ron?
Hey, Ruben. What's going on, man?
That's cracking. Still hungover, but kicking.
That's good, though. That's a good weekend, man. Good weekend.
No, yeah, we partied Saturday for the wedding, all day Sunday, so it was a double day. So you know what I mean, and we still out here digging trenches on Monday.
Well, good. I'm glad somebody's going to work.
Yeah. But hey, Rome. But hey, you know what I mean. My kids are mad again at me, Rome, because I made some money last night.
Oh, off the Cowboys?
Yeah, and I know Google Gilly's gonna be mad at me, but you know, thank you. I made me a couple $100 on your team last night.
On the Steelers.
Yeah, you know, I almost went for the Steelers, Rome, because I don't like Green Bay, but you know what I mean. But also, I don't like their quarterback now. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
you know, I told homeboy, you know what? I'll take Green Bay. He goes on. So you know what? I got to get up to Joe because he first thing this morning he paid me his $200.
Oh, well, it's a good thing that he paid you. That's why you can't bet a Niner fan because they'll never pay you.
Yeah, I'm done with that. I'm trying to do too much collections on them fools, Rome.
Of course.
I'm about to send the tax collectors on them.
Oh, that's hilarious. That's hilarious. Yeah. All right, Ruben. I'm glad you won some money. All right, man.
Yeah. Later, bro.
Later. RD42547. I got a quick question for you. And I know this is going to be a really silly, stupid question. But I got a text message the other day. And I held on to it because I thought it was really funny. The guy was telling me, he goes, yeah, he was coming off the shift. He was coming off the night shift, right? And he said that the night before, for dinner, his wife had made enchiladas. And, you know, he said that he couldn't wait to get home. He goes, oh, man, I couldn't wait to get home to these enchiladas. You know, he's going to make some eggs with them, have a cold beer just after a hard night's work, right? He said when he got home that his wife had made leftovers for the kids for breakfast. So they got up, they made these enchiladas for dinner. He was at work. He gets home and there's no enchiladas left for him because the wife got up and made the leftovers for the kids and her, you know, which I guess. But he was asking me about leftovers. He goes, Rome, what do you do? What do you say about that? They're being selfish. And I was like, I don't know. But there are things that are better the next day, right? There are foods that you make at home that are better the next day. And you just, how many times have you guys, or you moms or dads, been just waiting for those leftovers all day? You worked hard and then all of a sudden you get home, the kids ate them, right? That's how that works, huh? RD42547, or who controls the leftovers in your house? That could be a big deal, especially if you've been waiting for them, right? You've been working, you're ready. Oh, you just can't wait to get home. RD42547, man, what do you do? It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley is Romeo. So this is funny, man. We're talking about leftovers. This guy sent me a text message the other day about his wife. He works nights. So his wife had made enchiladas, right? And he was at work. So he said he was at work thinking all it's going to happen. He just couldn't wait to get home, reheat some of them enchiladas, throw some eggs on them, have a beer, and just by the time he got home, though, everybody had ate all the leftovers. I guess the wife got up and had the same idea for her and the kids to get, start their day. And he said, man, Rome, I don't know what to do, them leftovers. And when I first thought about it, I thought, this is so dumb, leftovers. But then after a day or two, I was thinking about it. You ain't lying. Sometimes you got them leftovers in that fridge and you thinking, man, I cannot wait to get home and have that, right? After work, whatever the case may be. So how do you do? What do you do? RD42547. Good morning, Al. What's going on?
Yo, Rome.
What up, man?
Hey, them leftovers do taste better the next day, bro. I got my kids on a schedule, Rome. They have to call me before they can eat the leftovers. Yeah, I don't know, man. I gotta have some. I gotta have something when I get off work, bro. I gotta have something, man. So they know. They'll send me a text. Hey, is it cool to eat? Whatever's in the refrigerator. I was like, I'll say yes or no or whatever, depending on how I feel.
That's hilarious because when the guy sent me that text message, I was thinking, that's so stupid. But then I thought about it for a day or two, and I went, he ain't lying. The leftovers can be a hot commodity.
Man, because all the seasonings is set in, everything is settled. Man, it tastes better. Sometimes it tastes better the next day.
That's so funny, man. Oh, that's funny. Thanks for calling, brother. Later, man.
Take it easy.
All right. 8425477. How do you deal with the leftovers in your house, man? Because you ain't lying, man. Sometimes those leftovers are a hot commodity Bro, and everybody wants them. It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. Talking about leftovers, man. Sometimes leftovers, a lot of times taste better the next day, or they're just you got something good, right? So what do? My guy was texted in, and he was saying how he works the night shift. His wife made some enchiladas, and he was waiting to come home after that night shift and get some enchiladas and eggs, but the leftovers were gone, right? So what do you do? What do you do with the leftovers, All right, 842-547-7. Hey, Rome, if I want any leftovers from me and I know my man or kids might eat it all, I make a separate bowl for myself and hide it in the fridge. So you'll have the bowl of leftover rooms, and then my little personal plate hidden somewhere. And let's be real, they don't know how to look for anything, so I know they'll never find it. That's what I'm talking about, man. I know it sounds so ridiculously stupid when the guy brings up the conversation of leftovers. But man, sometimes you just waiting. Oh man, when I get off, and there ain't nothing worse than sitting at work all day waiting, knowing there's some leftovers at the house you about to grab, and you know what? They gone. All right, 842-547. What do you do with them leftovers? How do you handle it? It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. So when it comes to leftovers, right? I know it sounds so silly, right? The leftovers, sometimes them leftovers, man, ain't nothing to joke about, especially if you waiting for. You ever have somebody make a pan of lasagna, and it's bomb lasagna, and you over thinking, you know what, man, after I get off work tomorrow, I'm going to go throw me a little oil in that pan. I'm going to heat up that lasagna. I'm going to fry it up a little bit, and it's gone when you get home? Come on, man. How you guys deal with the leftovers? Good morning, Hot. What's going on?
Hey, what up, Ro?
What up, man?
Hey, man. The leftovers at Seahawks Lou's house are a free-for-all, bro.
Okay.
Anybody could get whatever they want.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's probably the only time your kids eat, so all right.
Nah, come on, bro. But hey, there's this little, trick I made. I bought myself a little mini fridge, and I put it in my closet. So whatever leftovers I want to keep, bro, I just scoop them into a tray, put them in my own little fridge, and I know they're going to be right there since it's a free-for-all, you know what I mean?
Sounds about right. Sounds like something you do, Lou. All right, get out of here.
Pro tip for everyone.
Oh, God, pro tip. Take food out your kid's mouth. All right, 842-547-7. Yo, Rome, to be honest, nowadays, I don't know that kids eat leftovers, but I'll tell you what, Rome, that cold leftover barbecue chicken, damn, that's the best. Not even warming it up. Exactly. You want to talk about good leftovers? If you know how to barbecue and you make that, that leg and breast, you know how to barbecue those, and you barbecue some ribs, you don't even have to eat it. You don't even have to warm it up. It's so dang good, you don't even have to warm it up. So I know exactly what you're talking about. All right, 842-547-7. You got a pan of enchiladas you waiting to get home to. You got, so many things are good left over. You got that pizza from last night, RD4254-7-7. Rome, in my house, we love throwing the tamales in the stove the next day to give them that little crisp, and that's when they go quick. That's what I'm talking about, but there ain't nothing worse than coming home and those leftovers are gone, right? You've been thinking about them all day long. RD4254-7-7. Or you got something from a restaurant the night before and you bring it home thinking, I'm going to get that tomorrow. And then what happens? They gone. It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. All right, when it comes to leftovers, man, I know it's kind of a silly topic, but man, sometimes you got a hot property in that fridge just waiting to be eaten, right? But maybe you went out to dinner the night before and you saved it, but then you get home and it's gone. How do you guys deal with the leftovers? Good morning, Hal. What's going on?
First come, first serve, Romeo.
First come, first. That's cold, man.
And it's messed up because I taught my kids that, so they always tell me that when I'm like, who am I? Leftover meatloaf.
Yeah.
First come, first serve, Dad.
You waiting for a meatloaf sandwich after putting a hard 10 hours a day, and then all of a sudden the kids came home from school before you and ate it all.
I'll admit, I've been very angry sometimes, and I had to just walk away. because it's just some food from yesterday. It ain't no reason to be, getting all of your feelings. But I'll tell you what I did to resolve that problem.
Okay.
I bought me a little fridge, and I put it in my Raider man cave. So anything that's good and that I want to see the next day, I put it in my little fridge.
Oh, that's hilarious. You guys are dirty.
And
you
if
guys
it's just something that I don't want, I leave it out there, and my kids will be like, "What is this? Can I throw this away?" I'm like, "No, you got it. It's for you. It's for you guys."
All right, get out of here. RD4254-7-7. Like I said, man, leftovers, man, they could be a hot commodity. And there's nothing worse than, I know you guys working out there. I mean, I don't work 10, 12 hours a day out in the, whatever. But I know some of you guys out there working those 10-hour days, putting in that labor, and all you could think about is getting home and getting whatever that was, that leftover. And your wife or your kids already ate it. It's Romeo. It's Hot 94.1. Hot 94.1, the rhythm of the valley. It's Romeo. So a guy he texted me and he said his wife made some enchiladas for her and the kids. He works nights, so he couldn't wait. He said, man, all night long I was waiting to get home. I was going to make me some enchiladas, throw some eggs on top, and have me a beer and relax, unwind. Couldn't wait for it. Got home and we're all gone. You know what I'm saying? Them leftovers, man. What do? It's a big deal. Leftovers are a big deal. There's a lot of stuff that's good. What do? You got to have some rules, right? For the leftovers, all right, 842-547-7. Hey, good morning, Rome. It's Raider Rob here. So I had queso birria tacos with pork yesterday. So for tonight, I'm having top ramen with the pork and birria sauce. Looking forward to my dinner. Yeah, what are you going to do when it's gone? What are you going to do when you get home and somebody else had the same idea and it's not there? Because them leftovers, man, sometimes them leftovers go quick. RD4254-7-7. Rome, man, that pizza hits different in an air fryer the next day. And what are you going to do when you go home to have that pizza? You know what I'm saying? And the kids ate it already, or the wife ate it already. I mean, or your man ate it already. I mean, some things, a lot of things are better the next day. But a lot of things that are good are great. That, when you cook them, are good the next day too, and you can't wait to have them. I mean, it's a different kind of hit, right? It's a different kind of taste the next day. If you've ever had great barbecue, tri-tip, chicken, ribs, the next day, if you've made it perfectly, steak, the next day you can eat it cold, and you can't. And it's just maybe that's a man thing, but it's one of those things that you can't wait for. But you get home and it's gone. What do you do with leftovers? Romeo, it's Hot 94.1.